Vikings, my name is Alana Wood.
And I'm Nico Johnson, here to bring you the news you need to know,
want to know,
and should know to get you through your week. A second round of makeup pictures have been scheduled. If a student still needs to have their picture taken, they can do so on October 17th.
September lunchroom visits are on Wednesday for the U.S. Army, first and third Thursdays for the U.S. Navy, second and fourth Thursdays for the U.S. Army National Guard, and lastly, second and fourth Tuesdays for Marines.
Don't forget to sign up for the PSAT. Space is limited. Sign up by September 20th today with the bookkeeper. The cost is $25.
St. Vincent de Paul, Pierce County needs volunteers. Get your volunteer hours and have a fun and rewarding volunteer experience. For more information, go to the PHS Career Center or contact Tiffany McBride at the email and number listed below.
Second parking lottery is posted outside the bookkeeper's office. Buy a spot before you lose it.
If you like playing games like Magic or Dungeons & Dragons, come join our TCG Club. They meet every Thursday in room 243 in Miss Stanley's room above the pool.
The FCCLA Club takes place at 2:35 p.m. in room 105. The FCCLA Club is a leadership club that focuses on community service and volunteering in our area. If you want to make a difference in your community, consider joining for our club. For questions, see Mrs. Mueller.
PHS's open gyms will run on Tuesday and Thursday evenings from 7 to 9 p.m. Don't miss the opportunity.
Be the person you needed as a kid and become a Tiger math tutor today. Tuesdays and Thursdays from 3 to 4 p.m. It is a great community service. Contact the email below.
Club 7 has started. All PHS students are invited to join us in room 215 on Tuesdays and Wednesdays from 2:35 to 5 p.m. It's a fun, supportive place to complete homework, get help with tricky assignments, access to computers and printers, and be surrounded by people focused on success. Begins on Tuesday, September 24th. No need to sign up to attend. Activity buses are available at 5:20 p.m.
Welcome to The Helm, your after announcements show production, showcasing everything happening right now at Puyallup High School. Stay tuned.
Over 1,800 students will walk these halls this year, trying to make the best of what they believe is either a forced punishment or a gateway to success. We asked an array of students and teachers about what goals and fears they had for this year.
My goals are to keep my GPA high, as well as having a social life and keeping up with my sports.
My goals are to make sure that students feel even more included in this space and this learning experience, even more than they did last year. My goals are also that students learn a lot, and because I'm an AP teacher, that they do well in all the AP assessments.
And for fears, I would probably say not being able to accomplish all the things I want to accomplish in terms of goals like the lip dub and mostly leadership stuff, I would say.
To be honest, I'm worried about how many students are here. There's a lot of students and not nearly as many teachers as we should have. So that's
a fear of mine would be for students to feel lost at school, to maybe not have a connection with their teacher or class. But what I would want them to know is that whatever path you are interested in, your administrators, your teachers, your counselors, we're all here to help. We want to make sure that you're on the right path, and there are a lot of options for students to feel successful.
No matter the task at hand, it is important to support each other in our endeavors, because we won't be able to take on the challenge school has to offer alone. Good luck this year, Vikes. This has been Reagan Aho, along with Jackson Roberts and Sydney Lewis, reporting for Viking Student Media.
Here at Puyallup High School, we have a new tool at our disposal, one-to-one devices, which a lot of us don't really know how to use. It's a totally new thing. So we decided to sit down and really ask people, what is the most important things to know about having a one-to-one device?
I believe the three most important things about using a one-to-one device are that they can always go to ask for help, because a lot of times when they're having issues with their one device, they tend to try and figure it out themselves and they never really get anything done. They don't restart the device or anything like that. Another thing I think is you have to remember to stay safe on it, because it is supplied by school and by ed tech, and so you should definitely make sure that you're not, downloading any viruses or anything like that. And another thing is to definitely make sure you know all of your resources on it, because they can be really helpful in studying and work and all that stuff school-wise.
The three most important things students need to know is that, one, it is an educational tool. So with that in mind, you are going to bring it to school and use it to advance, further your education, enhance your education. So that's number one. Two, it is a school device, so you are free to use it outside of your learning environment, but just keep that in mind. Everything is monitored. And three, it is an expensive piece of equipment, so take care of it. It's not cheap to replace if you have to replace it. Just treat it responsibly. Just like if you were out in the workplace, they issue you a cell phone, you would take care of it as well. So.
The Puyallup Fair, a staple of our town. Every year, over 1 million people flood our streets to do the Puyallup. For many of us, we've been doing just that since we were little kids.
Since I was like 5 with my family, and then I just recently started going with friends.
I started coming to the fair probably shortly after I moved here back from Oklahoma, so probably since I was 5.
I've been coming ever since I was 3 because my great-grandma worked here at the Scones, and my grandpa has shares to the Puyallup Fair, so we always get tickets.
As we've grown up, the way we do the Puyallup has shifted. No longer are we running around with our parents, but now we're out and about with friends.
Just it was very magical for me when I was a little kid. I loved going to the fair and riding on the rides, and now I come here with my best friends, and it's a really fun time.
I keep coming back because my friends invite me.
Keep on coming back, honestly, just to hang out with friends and get to know more people. And honestly, the rides are really fun, so I'm down.
Yeah. I come back because I love spending time with my friends and I love food and it's just fun. So.
If you invest in a Dizzy Pass or just buy plain old tickets, the rides to the fair have a lasting legacy.
My favorite part is the rides.
My favorite part are the roller coasters. Oh, the wooden roller coaster is my favorite ride.
My favorite ride is the zipper. Yeah.
Signing off for Viking Student Media, this has been Christina Rhodes. Stay purple, Vikes. Oh, and don't forget to pick up your scone on the way out.
I always have to get a scone.
Eat scones.
Get scones.
Yeah, get scones.
What's up, Vikings? I'm Tanner Pierce.
And I'm Jackson Roberts.
Welcome to the very first edition of The Sidelines, your end-of-the-week Viking sports update.
We will be reviewing the scores of all varsity games this past week, with the exception of Thursday's and Friday's matches. Let's get into it.
On Tuesday, boys golf lost to Bellarmine with a final score of 214 to 192, and girls golf also suffered a loss against Bellarmine on Monday.
Girls soccer crushed it last week, winning 2-0 against Meade on Friday the 13th, and 3-0 against North Central on the 14th. They hope to continue this streak this Saturday.
Girls swim and dive is also having an amazing season. On Wednesday, they beat Emerald Ridge with a score of 111 to 59.
Our volleyball team played against Graham Kapowson on Tuesday, pulling out a 3-2 win, and unfortunately lost to Tahoma on Wednesday night.
On Wednesday, boys tennis beat Emerald Ridge with a score of 4-1.
This Saturday, cross country has a meet in Fort Steilacoom. Lastly, here's a feature from our football game last Friday.
Also, don't forget to make it out to the game tonight. We play Sumner at Sunset Chef Stadium. It's the King 5 Sports big game of the week, so make sure to show your Viking pride. Once again, this has been Tanner Pierce
and Jackson Roberts.
And see you next week on The Sidelines. PHS played Emerald Ridge last Friday and won in a blowout, making the win look easy. The final score was 42-0, with Puyallup bringing home the win. Luke Holcomb was amazing, completing 21 of 26 of his passes, going for 301 yards and 5 touchdowns. The wide receivers played amazing, with Joseph Dwyer, who hauled in 9 receptions and a touchdown, while Isaac Clark had 2 touchdowns, and Jaden Tepek had a spectacular 30-yard catch for a touchdown on a perfect throw from Holcomb. The defense was fantastic as well, holding ER to 0 points. Danny Uluya Lakepa had 10 tackles, Sermon Wilson had 1 sack, along with Aho Makaafi, who also had 1 sack, and Markel Presley Thomas, who had an interception that he brought back for 23 yards.
This has been Jackson Roberts with the help of Tanner Pierce.